there's so many of those experiences popping up all over the place.
Like, experiences. Like what?
It's something that you can actually go to. I don't know if it's like a little mini amusement park.
But when you said there's a bunch of experiences popping up all over the place, I'm asking for example.
Like in immersive experiences where they build like example.
Is that the Van Gogh? Okay.
Or the Harry Potter, the Forbidden Forest walk.
Where's that?
They have one. I remember Matt trying to get us to go to it, but
it was just a pop up.
It's they pop it up and then they take because it's traveling.
Oh, okay.
So you can go or you go to that certain city and it stays there.
That sounds really cool.
It does actually. If you're really a big Harry Potter nerd, you can go there and then experience and do a Forbidden Forest walk. And they've like got all the stuff set up and everything for you. So I don't know if it's like something like that that's like a one-time thing or it's like there's actually rides. Naruto World is big enough that they could make a Naruto World theme park. They really could. The world of Naruto is that big.
I would love to also go to I don't know if it's called Mario World or Nintendo World, but they just recently made that. And I was that sounds so cool.
The Nintendo World?
I can't remember if it's called Nintendo World or Mario World. I think it might be Mario World because it's a bunch of like the pipes and the mushrooms and different stuff. Cool. It's in Japan. I wish they would also make one like a US one. But it looks so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so
I need to brush up on my Japanese.
Right. That's all I know. And I've been like into the music lately. I literally spent all day yesterday listening to my anime playlist because Naruto has so much because they changed their because they have so many shows, so they changed their opening and closing theme song and how the theme looks every time. So it's like even between a season, you can have like 2 or 3 opening credits and 2 or at least 3 closing. Because sometimes they only do 2 a season, and then they change the closing 3 times depending on the story arcs. But they have such good music. I literally started downloading, I put them all in my little playlist. I was like, oh my God, I forgot about this song. And I was enjoying it yesterday. And then
now that makes me
was in the car with me.
Watch Revolutionary Girl Utena.
I have that song in my playlist. Not that one. I have the main one.
Missing truth and forever, kissing love and true your heart, takishimete honto no te.
See? And you loved it so much, you learned the music. I remember.
I actually know the actual Japanese instead of me making up words.
Exactly. That's what I knew was messing with me yesterday. She was like, I see, I am hearing you. She's like, you know what you're saying? I was like, no, it doesn't matter. I was like, but I know the song.
I remember that time that you dunked on. You didn't exactly dunk on me, but you were like, when I was singing the Feliz Navidad song, and I had no idea what I was singing. And I was like, Feliz Navidad, do 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 do. Feliz Navidad, do 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 do. Feliz Navidad. And I guess you just got tired of it. You were like, Whitney.
It's Prospero Año y Felicidad.
Yes. And now I actually know it. Because people including my mom, when I was singing the Who Are You song, Who Are You? And I would say, ooh, 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 ooh. And she, you, got tired of me. She was like, Whitney. Who are you? Who?
Yeah. It's also like that one song, the Rock the Cash Bar. People never know. I used to say rock the something else.
Cash
bar or Casbah. It's Casbah, but
but nobody as an American, English speaking American is like, we have no idea what that word is, so we're gonna put a word that we knew.
Or something.
Something that we actually know what it is.
Yeah. Anyway, what's up, everybody? It's your Blerd Girls Bola here, Triple F Queen.
No tagline with here.
And as you see, we're having our musings and everything about just
we
nerddom.
are.
Yes. I'm still blurting out about Naruto. Shippuden.
I'll probably eventually get into it, you guys. I'll get there eventually.
It's good. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I understand. It's a behemoth.
It's so because
it's been on forever. That's why they have Boruto, the next generation, and Naruto's all grown up and he's the dad and everything. And it's because they had this was going for a year. I remember watching Naruto for the first time in high school. So if you look at it,
oh wow,
we're 30-something now. Naruto started middle school, high school. It's been around for a very long time. So something like that, it's a great achievement. It's like the only show I know that's that long.
Yeah, but it also makes it intimidating for someone who didn't start it off because it's like, this is a lot of episodes.
Did not get into Naruto. Everybody watches anime knows about Naruto.
I don't know. I guess I was more niche stuff. I mean, no, I watched all the Toonami stuff, but Naruto wasn't on Toonami.
You never watched it?
Was it?
It was. I think so.
Oh, really?
No, it was on the after school when it was on the after school parts where you could watch Naruto after school.
Okay. What was that? Nickelodeon?
No, it was on Cartoon Network, but I forgot what it's called.
Okay. Yeah. No. Because I religiously watched Toonami, but I don't recall Naruto ever being on Toonami. It was like I watched Cowboy Bebop, Outlaw Star, Sailor Moon.
Yeah, see, I never. You know what's funny? I never heard of Cowboy Bebop until you said it.
Wow.
I never saw it at all.
Wow.
But that could probably be because I didn't watch that at night.
But oh wait,
I watched Naruto in the afternoon. It was always daytime when I watched Naruto.
Toonami is at night, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. So if you watched the night, Naruto was always on in the daytime.
What was the daytime block called?
I don't know.
Because Sailor Moon was part of the daytime block.
Yeah, it was after Sailor Moon had gone. Because, Sailor Moon wasn't on during that time.
And then I think Reboot also was part of that block with, like, Sailor Moon. Yeah, but it was, like, a block. But I can't remember what that block was called. They had a name for it.
I forget. I'm not going to lie. I forget.
I don't know either.
It's too long.
I want to rewatch Reboot now. And Revolutionary Girl.
Don't do it. Anyway, y'all. So this is February.
Happy Black History Month, everybody.
Yes, it's Black History Month, and I'm not gonna lie to Whitney. If you have been online at all, you would be seeing that Black people they showing off this month. They're showing off. Like one of my blurred outs, if we want to get into it. Mm. But I'll talk about it a little bit later. But just the Black people showing off online is one of my blurred outs. And I love it. But so today's episode we're doing one, and it's called You People. You People. It's a Netflix movie, and I kind of wanted to do this one because the trailer looked really good, and then everyone was saying good things about it. Mm-hmm. But I wanted to have a film that would hit Valentine's Day and Black History Month, in with the issues. Because you could tell from the trailer, this is a race issue thing because it's a white guy and a black woman.
Specifically a Jewish white guy.
Yeah. And a Muslim black girl, which we learned from the movie.
Yeah.
So
it's interesting that you said so many people said good things. Like, I saw my brother, or I don't know if he was watching it or if he said he had watched it, and I asked him how it was. He was like, it was fine, or it was okay. So I was like, oh, well, that's not a ringing endorsement. Mm-hmm. But I watched it, and I was like, this is good.
It's pretty, it's not bad. Let's get into it, though. Let's get into it. Because I talked to somebody who was white who watched it, and he's in an interracial relationship. Mm-hmm. He just likes the chocolate, so he's always with the chocolate, but he couldn't watch it past 20 minutes. Oh, he said it was a terrible movie. And he said that the main reason he didn't like it was he thought it was just further dividing. He's like, it was just giving more attention to the things that further divide us. And so he didn't want to watch
with
it.
That.
So, I mean, we'll get into it later. But that's why we're doing that, because we don't have like a Valentine's Black Love thing. But, sometimes part of Black Love is liking white people. You know what I mean?
or Asian people, race, or Hispanic people.
Or any other race. Yeah. I'm still kind of team Namor and Shuri. I don't know why. God. I don't know what it is, but I'm like, can we do some fan fiction? Because I would read it.
I know, right?
I would totally read a Namor and Shuri fan fiction.
Right?
Oh my God, maybe I should write it. Now I'm thinking about it. Because their little tension, I don't know if it's that fine ass man. Ooh, Mr. Tenoch Huerta. I don't know if it was him or not, because I was just feeling the vibes. I was like,
I know. There was a lot of vibes going on there, girl.
I was like, I bet you it's because she find him hot in them little green shorts, and that's why she.
I know. That's why green shorts were tiny.
That's why she ain't off him for real.
Practically non-existent.
But anyway, guys, so that's the episode for today, because our second episode is definitely going to be Quantum Mania.
Oh my God.
As you know.
So speaking of, let me just talk about thirst traps for a second.
Yes. Oh,
Jonathan Majors is everywhere, and Creed 3's trailer is nothing but a thirst trap.
You know what? Ebony Online, I've been on Instagram, Ebony Magazine, just had a whole spread of him this month. And I was like, and I sent it to some friends. I'm like, now why they do that? They know, this is just a thirst trap for all of us during this month. And then I said, my friend replied, she's like, and I don't mind. I was like, damn.
It is like, if they want to make a black Superman, he is ready-made. Jonathan Majors is ready-made. He don't even have to do any lifting. He is ready-made. He's already built like a triangle.
Now, he would have been an awesome replacement for Black Panther, for T'Challa. I'm just saying it. He would have been.
I almost feel like he's a little bit too muscular.
No, it's because now he is. But then he wouldn't need the suit. Like, he wouldn't need all that padding in the suit because a lot of them, the padding is in the suits to make them look like that. But he got it already.
He got it. Yeah, you do, girl.
I'm about to watch Creed 3. I ain't watching none of the other two.
I didn't either, but I mean, look at him.
Really
I'm just like,
oh. I'm watching Creed 3 just for him. And I'm going to root. I don't know what it is about him, but like anything he's in, even if he's the baddie, I'm going to root for him. Like right now, I keep calling the movie Kang. Instead of saying Quantumania, Ant-Man Quantumania, I keep saying, when are we going to watch Kang? When are we going to go watch Kang? Anyway, all right, so let's get into Blerd Out so then we can get into our review of You People.
You go, girl.
All right, you go first.
I just said you go. Okay, all right.
No, I'm gonna let it go for you. Blerd out, bum bum, blerd out, bum bum, blerd out, bum bum, blerd out. Yeah.
Thank you for that intro.
You're very welcome.
So my Blerd Out is actually going to be a shout out to my friend Todd. Happy birthday, Todd. We're recording on your birthday, even though this is coming out after your birthday. But he gave me a late Christmas present when I went to his birthday get-together. And it was it's an on-air thing where it's like a little USB box where you plug it in and it like says on air. It's pretty cool. And
I'm going to take a picture so I can show it to you.
Yes, we definitely should.
Put it on our TikTok.
Yeah. And the second thing is he gave me a book called Super Black, American Pop Culture and Black Superheroes.
Ooh, can I say something real quick?
Yeah, girl.
Now you know it's Black History Month when you got a book coming to you that says Super Black. I had to shout it out. Okay, I only interrupt you for that.
No,
all I can say is ooh-wee.
But since I just got it last night from him, I haven't read it yet, but it's just super cool. Like it's super cool anyway. Like ooh-wee. It's got some illustrated parts, and it's even got some like color inserts. And color illustrations is expensive, y'all. If you're trying to publish your own book, so I'm like, ooh, this is cool.
Looked like it went through a publisher though. Like
I'm sure it did.
From 2011, so definitely.
I'm sure it did, but it's just
the color inserts are nice.
It is, and there aren't a whole lot of books short of it being an actual. Even if it is a graphic novel, they're still in black and white. It's very rare to see like color illustrations in a book because it's expensive to do to print. But it's really cool.
There are color graphic novels now.
There are, but I'm just saying, like proportionately. I'm sure there's a lot less.
This looks like an anthology book, so as in like chapters about different stories about Black superheroes. So that's why I call it an anthology.
Gotcha. Yeah, I haven't looked at the chapter index, but it's just the title itself. I was like, oh, this is
Super
cool.
Black.
And just the like turning to like the color inserts and stuff.
I like
and I'm
the
like,
Obama.
awesome. I know that is
like
cool.
The Obama
I was
Superman
thinking, yeah.
with the Obama.
Whoa. Now that makes me think of Canada. Do you remember that like late at night on like I don't know if it was Cartoon Network?
Are you talking about Tom Green?
No, I'm talking about I think it was actually Cartoon Network. If you would like watch it into the wee hours at like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. or was it Nick at Night? I mean, not Nick at Night, Nickelodeon. I think it was Cartoon Network. It was put like these like old stuff. One of them was like Canada.
Oh. No, I don't.
I was a night owl quite a bit.
Apparently.
So
I didn't think I stayed up that much. My sister did, but I didn't. And then the only thing I know is I stayed up late enough, and I felt like risque was when I could see Aeon Flux.
Dude, Aeon Flux!
Because of how her body, like, you're like, oh my god!
It was so weird looking,
it
like
so weird,
it's uncomfortable,
then,
like the tongue thing and stuff.
Yeah, and her outfit, and I was like, her ass is out, And I used to feel like, oh my god, I'm gonna watch something dirty. And, and I used to be like, oh my god, I stayed up and watched this. And then it started then it went away. I don't know what happened to the show.
Oh man, now that makes me think about like old school like MTV stuff, like Daria. La 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 la.
Okay, let's go back to it.
No, stop. Sorry. Okay,
let's not be off topic.
I know. Okay. So that's actually like the extent of my Blerd Out. I am just excited about this Super Black novel that Todd gave me. So happy birthday, Toddles, and thank you so much.
Happy birthday to you, Todd. I will not call you Toddles. I haven't earned it, so
that's right. Y'all haven't met yet. Oh, yeah. Y'all should really meet.
Okay, so my Blerd Out. So, I'm going to try not to be too long. But first things first, I'm just loving... Okay, so I don't know if you've seen this, but this is like a trend. You know about the Shibuya roll call?
Shibuya?
Yeah, shabuya, shabuya, roll call, shabuya, shabuya, roll call. My name is Bola, triple F queen. With my fashion game, I'm sickening. And I'm fun, fine, and fabulous. And I have good vibes you can trust. You know, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. So they've been doing that, but for the Bible. Oh. They've been making videos. People have been going crazy. There's this music that goes with it. Mm-hmm. It goes like ding, 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 ding. But it's like, but they say hallelujah roll call. Or some of them do shabuya, but then other ones do. But it's been like a trend now. Like, multiple people have been coming out this month. Yeah. Doing the hallelujah roll call. And it's like they'll take the Bible stories and everything, and it is hilarious and fun. And I've been loving how creative people are getting with their rhymes about the different people in the Bible. And I just thought it was so cool that this little thing that people do is, you know, going out there and people are showing off with it. They're really showing off. Like, they dressing up in costumes. It's been a thing. I've seen like 8 different versions of all of them. I remember I showed it to my kids, my Bible study kids, Sunday school kids today. And I was like, I used it for a lesson. I'd be like, okay, so what was David's dad's name? Because it was in the rap. Or I'd be like, what city was Jonah going to? Because it was in the rap. And they actually got it. Like, it was so...
That's so cool. I found like I have a terrible memory, but I can definitely remember some songs, y'all. Exactly. So putting something to music is a good way to make sure that I actually retain it.
Exactly. So there's one guy named Chris, I think Chris 01 or whatever. His is the most famous, most watched one because he did like a whole set of 3 and it's fire. Like, I'm gonna show Whitney after the recording, but
we'll drop it in the show notes so y'all can see it too. If you like me have not seen it yet.
I love because there's girls will do the girl people in the Bible, and then like the guys will do all the guys or Jesus' followers.
Which means that there was like a whole bunch of them.
There's a bunch of them, exactly.
Right, like very few girls in the Bible.
But I
mean, not very few, but you know, mentions.
Yeah,
main characters.
There's way more men characters. Yeah,
I don't even. Way more men is not even quite to the level.
It's just
there's like 4.
Yeah, there's more women. There are in the New Testament. In the Old Testament, there's some, but the New Testament is not as many. But yeah. But anyway, I just think it's cool that I was like, okay, so this is what we decided to do this month. We're gonna like rap about Jesus in the Bible and do shabuya, and it's like mad trending right now. So I just want to shout out to our black people and be like, yes, get some love to the Bible and Jesus. We love it.
All right.
But I just love the creativity of us because we're like, oh yeah, this is what we're gonna do. Everybody's hopping on it. It's for some reason I don't know why there's so many different versions, and I was like, this is great. My other second blurt out is about the Proud Family show. So the new season part 2 came out recently in the beginning of this month, actually, along with Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever. It's just Wakanda Forever, but Wakanda Forever is out, and it was like the most streaming on Disney Channel. Both of them are high.
Plus?
Yes, Disney Channel Plus. Wait. So Disney, my bad. Disney Plus, my bad. Disney Plus, right?
Disney Plus, yes. Because you're confused because you're like, Disney Channel's an actual channel. Have
my bad, you're right, because nobody's watching Disney Channel. Disney Plus had Black Panther, Wakanda Forever come out, and Proud Family come out on the same like day, I think. But
that didn't give very good. Well, I guess if it's for little kids, maybe they'll have good. But that seems like just putting Proud Family at a disadvantage.
Oh well, you'd be surprised because this is why I'm bringing it up because topics in blackness. So if you go through Proud Family reboot is amazing. I don't know if you've ever seen Proud Family, watched it beforehand.
I wasn't a regular watcher. I've seen
Proud Family was hilarious, but Proud Family, the new season, the new updated version, this season 2 is great. And so they had an episode where they were doing debate, and then they had this rap that the kids decided to do instead of doing regular debate. They did like this like spoken word thing on Black history, and they were like, "Slaves built this country," you know. And it went trending everywhere. It was awesome. When I watched it we like rewound it, like me and my family, we rewound it and watched it again. But then some people were coming out and be like, "Well, Disney, why are they doing this? Why are we?" And I was like, "Y'all, the haters are just coming strong."
They're everywhere.
Yeah, and I'm just like, why is this an issue? Like, I thought it was awesome, and people are like, wow, why are they minimizing it? And I'm like, stop. Just watch the whole episode. You don't know what the whole episode is about. You're just looking at the clip, and the clip is amazing. It's the main character, the kids, talking about Black history. I thought it was good. So all the haters and all the naysayers, it was just really irritating because I was just like, the cartoon can't be. Like, we really having these talks right now. Like, just let it be.
Some people just can't wait to rip something apart. They don't even watch the whole thing, but they just always find some reason to be just so offended.
Like, why is Disney getting involved in this? And I'm like, stop. If they want to do it, they want to do it. This is a black show. Proud Family is a black show. So it's like, no, this is an issue. That's what they decided to do. And I loved it. And I thought it was great. So you can pop off. All you other, like, you haters, you can pop off. All right? You know? But I just was like, one, popping off on the show. The show was great.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's hilarious. It's funny as hell. Has great comedy, humor for this time. Updated it and stuff. So it still has the ridiculousness of a cartoon. But it has that realness where you're just like, yeah, I get this. You know, so it's a great little black cartoon, and I'm just proud of it. I'm proud it came out this season, in this month. And it was really good. So
nice.
All right, so my third blurt out. This is the last one.
And I have an add-on one when you're done.
I watched a TV show called The Bear. Now, The Bear. It's a Hulu original. And I watched it because I thought this Nigerian girl wrote it. Because she's an actress. Her name is Ayo Adebiri. So I thought she wrote the show, but not knowing that she was just acting in the show. Or maybe she acts and she's also a writer, which can happen. Because like the guy from Ted Lasso, he's also a writer and he appears in the show. So
is he a creator as well? Because I know you can be a writer and not necessarily a creator.
I think he's just a writer.
Oh, okay,
no, he's a producer now. He's also a producer. So he produces with Ted Lasso. But I just saw him for season 2. I saw a producer credit, I think, on his name, like produced by Brett Goldstein. I just saw it, I think. I'm going to double check, so don't come for me, internet. But Brett Goldstein, who plays Roy Kent. Roy Kent.
I love him so much.
He's there. He's everywhere. Roy Kent. Roy Kent. Anyway, but I just was like, so I saw the girl. I thought she was the creator of the show or a writer or something. But I actually watched the show, and it was really good. It was about a restaurant. This guy whose brother commits suicide and leaves him the restaurant, and he is a chef as well, but he's like a chef on like the Michelin star level in all these fancy places, making name for himself. And his brother's established as like a local home spot in Chicago, you know? And so, I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of cursing in it. And so sometimes you're just like, y'all can chill out. We're cursing each other out. You know what I mean? But the show is really, it was good. Like, me and my sister like rammed through it. And the guy got an award, and the black girl, who she was the only black girl on the show, but she also got nominated. And so it was a very good show. Like, it was about food. It was about cooking and family, mental health issues. It was just really interesting how everybody was like, not doing well because of this, because the top is not, you know, when the leader's not doing well, it kind of like crumbles into, you know, the team can crumble. So if you're not dealing with your mental health issues surrounding all this stuff, you know, you're trying to run a business, everybody else is on edge, everybody else is having problems. It's just it's a cannon fodder for I don't know what the word to use, Whitney. Just calamity. Let's just say that. Calamity ensues. But anyway, it's very interesting watch.
Okay.
It's very gritty. It's very much about, like, you know,
did you say
Chicagoans.
Bear or The Bear?
I think it's called The Bear.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's not, there are no bears, you know, except for in the first episode, but it's not about a bear. It's literally about this restaurant. But it was really good, and I forgot to spotlight it. So I would say y'all need to check that out.
Yeah.
Check it out, y'all. And I want to see some of y'all do some of these Shibuya roll calls. Whitney, you want to try one? Pop one off real quick?
Nah, girl, you know I need a lot of time to think about stuff.
Okay. So I'm done for the day.
Well, I got some add-ons because I forgot. Like, you talking about stuff made me remember about 2 things I do want to actually blurt out about.
Is it topics in Blackness?
Actually, one of them, yeah, kind of, and the other one, no.
Okay.
One of them, like when you were talking about like mental health, it made me think of this new Apple TV Plus series called Shrinking. With like Harrison Ford and this guy is like usually a comedian. What's his name? Jason Segel is like the main character.
Segel, yeah.
And he's Jason Segel and Harrison Ford. They're therapists, but Jason Segel lost his wife, and he's got a daughter, so he like fell apart for a while. His daughter's not cool with him because like, you know, they both lost her, but he just completely
lost it.
Yeah. But it's really good so far. It's like funny and like cool, and like all the characters are cool. He's like got this another of the therapists in there. Her name is Gabby, and she's like this really cool kind of hip funny black character, and she was his wife's Jessica Williams.
Oh yeah, that's the girl.
Yeah, she was so.
All the things you just said is her. Anytime you see her or anything, she's always that like funky, weird, cool black chick.
Yeah,
yeah,
and she's hilarious. But
she was in Harry Potter. Well, not Harry Potter. Fantastic Beasts. My bad. The last one. The Dumbledore one. The last one.
Oh, I haven't seen like anything after the first one. The first Fantastic Beasts. But like, she's also his wife's best friend. Oh. So it's so interesting because like he's falling apart and he's starting to like try different ways of interacting with his clients, like telling them what he actually thinks, because it's like, you're not supposed to tell him. He's like, you should leave your husband, like this is not a healthy relationship. So he like actually tells you, like, either leave your husband or I'm not going to be your shrink anymore.
Oh dang.
And it's like, it's this funny stuff. And then there's this like black guy who was a soldier, and he's got like all this PTSD, so he's got like anger issues where he like beat the crap out of someone, so he's got mandated therapy.
Oh wow.
And it's really good. You should check it out, Bola. I think you would really like it.
Shrinking?
Yep, Shrinking on Apple TV Plus. But my other one that I forgot about that I did think about, which is kind of a Topics in Blackness, is the Grammys.
Oh, yeah, girl, yes! Let's talk about that.
Yes.
Lizzo.
Oh, my God. I was so happy when she won. Me and my mom were like, yes!
I love Lizzo like crazy. Oh, by the way, another Topics in Blackness is, I hope y'all not getting bankrupt by these Beyonce tickets, because, I mean, I know people traveling to other countries just to watch her. I mean, it's like the Swiftie thing was another issue, but the lack of tickets, as in just like wait listing and like not just, nothing's wrong with the ticket site. It's just like so many people want to see Beyonce that they're like no more seats available. Like, you know what I mean? So this is like the cultural event of the season, apparently. But I was happy about when Lizzo winning.
I was like, Lizzo. That was like the one I was most happy about was Lizzo winning.
Yeah, that record is record of the year. Like, let's be real. And I didn't like that people were like really ragging on. I did not listen to Beyonce's album. I'm sorry. Beehive, don't come for me. I'm not a member of the Beehive. I don't dislike Beyonce. She's cool. I like Cuff It. I just don't like everything she does, and I'm not like a big Beyonce person where I'm like, I think she's an amazing, wonderful artist. I will never rag on her ever, but it's just she doesn't do it for me as much as she used to.
I agree with that. Like, her stuff is cool, but it's just like I'm not as hype about some of it.
Exactly.
Some of it, like I've heard something on the Grammys, because you know I never hear any of the new stuff, and I was like, oh, that sounds hot, but I haven't heard that yet because I don't listen to the radio like that. But I'm just not as
big on her anymore. So
yeah, I mean, I like her, but like the music that she releases, not all of it hits in the same way.
Exactly. And Lizzo's music hits me. So I'm all. That's why I paid money to go watch and risked, and I got COVID because of it. And I didn't mind.
I mean, not haha, but like, you know.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It was I should have worn a mask. I'm not gonna lie.
But like, I was like hype about that. The hip hop.
Yes.
Like, I was like, this is sick. I was upset because I wanted to see Ice Cube and he wasn't on there.
Yeah.
I was like, Ice Cube should have been on here.
The performances up now, because I was trying to find these performances. I really wanted to. I heard sound bites of the Lizzo performance, because that song Special is like one of my favorite songs on her album, and it's such a beautiful song. Like, that song gets me every time, and I was like, I wanted to see the whole performance because she did like a choir. Oh man, I wanted to hear that so bad.
I'm surprised they haven't. I feel like they should put all of the like performance clips up.
Yeah,
I really liked Sam Smith's and
Kim
Petra's performance. I heard a lot of controversy about that. I did not see what people were thinking.
You know, for certain people, if they go into the like the demonic or the devilish looking thing, they're like, this is evil, and you're just like,
it's a performance.
That's the theme they decide to go for. Would I do it? No. But that's what they're doing as a performance thing.
And plus, I just want to give ups to Sam Smith's knees, because when he got down and was doing like the rock.
I didn't see it.
Oh, dang.
Was it good?
It was good.
Like I said, I didn't get to see any of the performances.
I
was
watched
looking for them.
I hadn't seen the music video before that. My mom watched it like in the middle after she watched that performance. She was like, I think this performance was better than the music video. Like I liked this better
than the music video. Oh, the Unholy song.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. His performance on the Grammys as opposed to like the music video. She was like, I like that. I liked the performance.
And I like the video for Lizzo's special because she becomes like a superhero in it. And the whole time it's like she makes a little black girl tell her that she's special. I was like, Lizzo.
So nice. I had a problem with freaking Twitter people. Yeah. Talking about when Bonnie Raitt won, and they're like, "Who is this unknown blues singer?" I'm like, "Y'all don't know who Bonnie Raitt is? What is wrong with y'all?"
Okay, so here's where me and you differ. I know who Bonnie Raitt is. Don't ask me to like come up with her song. I just know of her.
The one that your voice cracked on.
Oh, is that her song?
That's her song.
Well, damn. See,
you won't believe.
Why are you trying to blow me out on the show? I'm gonna get you back for that one. I'm gonna get you back for that one. You know I was having voice problems. Not then. That was like 10 years ago.
Let's give them something to talk about.
Oh my goodness. I do love that song.
A little mystery to figure out.
I know her though. But my thing was, she got like Song of the Year. And I was like, I don't think that's appropriate because... Well, with the Harry Styles issue, because everyone was mad that Harry Styles won Album of the Year and not Beyonce. And I'm like, everybody was listening to Harry Styles' album. And I heard it was really good. And I am going to go listen to it because I do really like Harry Styles. But, and I was like, y'all, stop it. Beyonce's already got 2 Grammys that day. Let Harry Styles win something.
And she's like she made history. She's got the more freaking Grammys than anybody in history. She got enough.
Thank you.
Now, I'm not saying that just because you have so many doesn't mean you should not win because you already have some. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying, come on, y'all.
Yeah, like they was acting like they gave her the shout. I'm like, but she did win something that night twice. Like, what are you guys talking about? Anyway, I was like, let Harry have his moment. But with Bonnie Raitt thing is I did not I knew who she was, and she is a legend of music. I've never heard her song. And for her
she hasn't
song
put anything out in a while.
But the song that she won for, my thing was, it shouldn't be Song of the Year if nobody's heard it. All the other songs in that album, everyone's heard.
I can't agree with that. And the reason I can't, if this was the Billboard 100s, then yeah, I would agree. But I don't know if the Grammy criteria is like how many people are listening to it. I think it might be like maybe artistry or something wise. I guess. And if that's the thing, I didn't hear like any of the songs in that category, to be honest. So I couldn't tell you. But like,
hear As It Was by Harry Styles.
Nope.
You didn't hear none of the Taylor Swift songs. The Lizzo song was in the album of the. You've heard about Damn Time.
Which Lizzo? Yeah, I definitely heard that.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. I did not hear DJ Khaled's song or Kendrick Lamar's song.
Speaking of those two, that performance at the end, fire! Oh, that's right, you haven't seen them. Yeah. The ending performance, like with DJ Khaled and all, like, and Jay-Z. Yeah, I forgot how good of a rapper Jay-Z is because he's such a great businessman and he's been doing so much stuff. But hearing him rapping on that ending performance of the Grammys, I'm like, damn.
Well, if you can find me a list of the Grammy performances, I would love to see them. Because I was like, I only wanted to see the performances. I didn't really want to see the regular show.
That's usually what I watch for is the performances because I'm like, it's just people walking up and getting stuff.
I don't have like regular cable, so I can't stream the Grammys anywhere. I would have to like just go for the reels. I don't know what station. I would have to get Peacock or something. And right now I'm capping all my streaming services.
I feel like it was maybe ABC.
See, yeah, and I don't have.
I'm surprised that Hulu. Well, I guess you would have to have like a different type of Hulu.
Okay, maybe it'll be on after the fact on Hulu.
Yeah, maybe it is on Hulu.
But you know, certain things you need like Hulu, like live TV to watch.
Yeah. Like to watch it when it was happening, you probably would have needed the live. But I would have thought and hoped if it was ABC, because if it was CBS, then no, it wouldn't be on there. It'd probably be on like that's right. CBS All Access doesn't exist anymore. It's like Paramount Plus. This stuff goes and changes names, and it's so confusing.
But the Grammys were a whole bag, and I loved all the clothes. And Lizzo stole the show with all her 3 outfits. Okay, I mean, she was just.
I loved me and my mom were talking about how much, because I didn't notice it, but my mom did. She was like, Lizzo had taken out her flask. They had the camera on her. She was like, my mom was like, I ain't mad at her. She was like, I ain't winning anything. So let me say, and then she won. She was like, she looked so surprised.
Yeah, she was. I heard an interview with her after the fact on the Elvis Duran show on the radio. I actually like drove around longer just to listen to it.
I do that sometimes too.
So I was like, oh my gosh, she's on right now. Let me just like go down Whole Street.
Yeah.
You know, so I can hear the I ain't had nowhere to go. I just need to come back home. I dropped my nieces off at school, and then I was like, let me listen to this show. I want to hear this. So I was driving around, and she talked about how it was like her and Adele. They were just like, "Oh, we're good. We didn't expect to win nothing." Mm-hmm. They were getting so slizzard. It was crazy.
Slizzer.
Yes, they were just drinking up a storm. Her and Lizzo. I love her and Lizzo and our friends. It's just like it makes sense. They're the same age anyway. So they're both
I didn't
my
realize that Lizzo was a little bit, when she talked about seeing Beyonce when she was a little girl.
Lovely.
I was like, I must not have these ages quite down the way I thought.
Yeah, Lizzo's 34, just like me.
But like, I didn't realize Beyonce was that much older. But I was thinking she was talking about solo Beyonce. She was probably talking about Destiny's Child. Like,
yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, now it can make sense.
I remember watching them when we were in elementary school.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because Beyonce is
I think
over
I was in
40,
middle school when I
right?
remember.
She's at least 40, right?
She's at least 40.
But Beyonce started off when she was like 15 or younger.
Mm.
So
I was like, okay. But I was confused because she was like, I remember seeing you. And in my mind, I was just thinking solo career Beyonce. So I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, she was talking about Destiny's Child.
Okay, yeah.
She took out of school to see Destiny's Child, and everyone loved them back then. And
I still love, say my name as no one is around.
Did you see
say, baby, I love you. And I love that, the
movement.
The move,
yep.
Yeah. And then the freeze.
Did you see that thing where she did say my name at her concert, and then she let one of her concert goers sing, and he was ready, and he was like, say my name, say my name.
He was like, I prepared all my life for this.
I'm telling you, it was hilarious. She was even surprised. She was like, oh.
You know, one thing I really loved and appreciated also about Beyonce when she did her acceptance for one of her speeches, I also love that she thanked the LGBTQ community because they
inspired her because of the voguing and the music style,
and you know how much like the whole gay community love Beyonce.
They worship
so I'm
her.
like, yeah, girl, you know they be dropping lots of money on you. You better thank them.
Yeah, they be dropping. Yeah, she.
But I like that. I appreciate that.
Yeah. All right, let's get into the show because. We'll blurt off
but I just want to say that hip hop performance, y'all, was.
I need to go watch that then because I didn't even see none of that.
It was so cool. I loved it because apparently this is the 50 years?
50 years, I think.
Yeah, anniversary of hip hop, and I didn't know that, but it was cool. Yeah. It was cool. I really would have liked to see Ice Cube on there performing something, but anyway.
Apparently, Will Smith was supposed to be there too, but he dropped out.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's because of his current
awards issue, award show issues.
I don't know what it is.
It's like maybe I shouldn't be on an award show for a little while.
Exactly. The backlash of all that. So he's still waiting for the
keeping low. Like
he's like,
stay under the radar. Yeah, that would probably be for the best.
All right, so let's get into You People.
Right.
So You People is a movie on Netflix. It was written, produced, and everything by Kenya Barris, who, if you know anything about him, is the creator of the show Blackish, Grownish, Mixedish, Black AF, and some other things. And now this, You People. So he made this movie, and it was basically about...
oh, by the way, both of them.
What?
Jonah Hill and Kenya Barris.
Yeah, Kenya, Jonah Hill helped, yeah. But, so it was about the two sides, white, Black getting together. So we've seen this before, but all right. So let's just get into first impressions.
I like when so Jonah Hill's character, his name is Ezra. Mm-hmm. On his podcast, he got a podcast. Like we got a podcast.
That was one of the things. I was like podcasting, because that was just like our thing.
But on his podcast, he goes by Easy.
Mm-hmm.
But like. I love like when he's in Temple and he's dunking on his sister.
Yeah.
Like he's not dunking. They're both going after each other, but it was funny.
Yeah. So my first impression of the film was like, I thought the film was nice. I thought it was good. Mm-hmm. I did feel like it was a one-time watch for me. Mm-hmm. However, there was some funny parts, and then there was some exasperation.
What were the exasperating parts for you?
I want to get into that later, but. My impression of the movie, it was a nice movie. Mm-hmm. It was nice. It's a good, just watch it for a moment. Did I want more? Yes. And I had some issues with the film. I just wanted something. It was lacking something for me. And I really tried to, think about and qualify it so I could like use proper words. But I get what was happening. And there was some real funny bits. Like, there really was some funny stuff in there. Just the back and forth between, you know, trying to get two really, really different groups of people and culture together. So it just, because I have that issue with my family now too, where one of my cousins is marrying somebody that's white. And with my family, with anybody with dealing with me, will have to always have this issue of culture because my family's Nigerian. So it's like, that's already a layer to overcome. So then it's like black and then Nigerian, then black and white, and then you've got them with the Jewish and Muslim. It was a lot, you know? And so what I liked about the film, that it was realistic to me. What was happening. I
did like that too.
It was very realistic because they're like, yeah, let's be real. Even though movie world, we want everybody to get together, this stuff happens and people break up because of this particular issue. And there are black people that talk like Eddie Murphy's character, who really irritated me, and his mom's character, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, who also irritated me. But they did their parts well because there are real people that are still act and talk like they do. Yeah. So I felt like the film was very realistic.
I liked that too. I appreciated them being real about these are actual issues so that people understand, like, if you're going to go through something like this, and this is going to, like, y'all know, spoiler, all through all of our episodes, y'all.
Right.
I think it was after they had broken up and he was talking about love is not enough. And I agree with that.
Yep.
Love is not enough. Because like you can't survive on just love. You have to have respect. You have to have care, friendship because
same values.
People kill people they love. Love is definitely not enough.
Yeah.
You have to respect someone. People cheat on people they love, so like people can overcome that being cheated on, but you have to have respect for another person. Love is definitely not enough.
Yep.
And I know that someone said, it was so funny. I think I've told this story before on the podcast, but when I was probably 16 or so, I worked at Michael's, the craft store, and I was a cashier. And one of the mothers of someone who I went to school with came through my line. And I don't know if she was just like going through something or just like venting, but she said to me, she was like, never marry someone whose family you don't like. Because if you marry them, you're marrying their family. And I'm like, okay, I'm 16, but okay. She just had to get that off her chest. She's like,
but she is absolutely right.
Because you do marry a person's family and you are bringing together two families, and it has to be able to come together because you cannot go through what Amira's character, like the way she was feeling was valid. You should not have to go through feeling that way every time
you meet their family. Yep.
You meet like your mother-in-law. That shouldn't have to happen. They needed either therapy or like whatever happened. Well, it was kind of a little, I can see how it's a little quick, but the problem weren't them as individuals. The problem were their differing families and communities. They loved each other. They were cool with each other, but the families were just like, it was like a disconnect. It was, something wasn't going well together.
They both, to me, what I didn't like was that the parents got in the way of their love.
Yes.
And they both were like blindsided. Both the two were blindsided by this. They're like, oh wow, yeah, my family's crazy, but she didn't realize, your mom is literally inappropriate all the time, or like your dad is actively trying to like push you away from me. Those kind of things, you're just like, wow, it's that deep that you're actually making contrived efforts to, not let me be with your daughter, to trip me up.
Yeah.
That's terrible. Like, I'm sorry. Eddie Murphy's character in this was he's the kind of black man that I can't stand. I bet you he was a hotep. Like that whole, Louis Farrakhan, all this kind of, I'm like, yes, your religion is not the issue. It's just like the way you're talking and all this kind of stuff. You're just like, doesn't mean you can't respect people of different races or different religions or all this kind of stuff. One of the scenes that I was just like, this is too much, was the dinner scene where they came together and they were literally trying to one-up each other, slavery or the Holocaust, and I was like, why are we doing this?
Like, why?
Why are we doing this at the dinner table?
Why do we want to compete on who had a shittier...
It's the trauma Olympics.
Right?
Right, and I was like, this is not... Why are we doing this? I was mad. I was like, let's not go there here. You know what I mean? And I knew that hat was I knew something was going to happen to that hat. As soon as she said it was his prized possession, I was like, it's going to get trashed. Something's going to happen. A bird will swoop in and snatch it off. Something's going to happen to the hat. I just knew it. Anyway, but like his demeanor and the way he was talking, I was already like, ooh. As soon as Eddie Murphy said his first line in the film, I was just like, I'm not going to like you this whole film. You know what I mean? I like Eddie Murphy's portrayal. Yeah. It's not Eddie Murphy, and it wasn't acting. It was just like Eddie Murphy, character I love Eddie Murphy so much. He got redemption, though, so I give it some more points. But he did get redeemed at the end of it. But it was just like, it took the parents having to see from other perspectives that,
it did.
Wow, I'm really not doing this well. Like, I'm really the problem.
Right. And I think it was so interesting and almost more nuanced on Ezra's mother's part.
Yeah.
Because it's like, she's like, oh, she's trying, but it's like, but you are being so offensive, not purposefully, but you're like, she's a person. And I'm like, she's trying, but like, no, Mira was right. It's like, you're not treating me as a person. You're treating me as a black person, with the black being the most prominent thing.
Exactly. And I agree with that. Because at first, the parents were just doing too much. Both of the parents were doing, but it's like every time. And then that's one of the things I asked my sister, because we were watching this together and we were having such a big conversation about this. And I was saying that, okay, this little scene about the hair, right? One, I was pissed off because I was like, how your ring just snatch off that girl? One, that black girl did not have that secure. For her to get snatched off that quick, you did not secure it. That's a sin number one, of black hair. Number two, I just thought, okay, this is her doing some research. I was like, okay, I should give her points for the research and learning, because it's like, yeah, I'm tired of, black people are tired of having to educate white people on them all the time. And we were even talking about this. We were like, why is it always, this is why my sister felt more for Amira than the white woman, because she was like, it's always like that for black people, because it's like, it seems like it's black people and then all the other races are like white adjacent. So it's like, yeah, if you see an Asian person, they can get by with this and all that kind of, but it's like everything on a black person is just so different that it has to be picked apart. Although the earrings, and she kept saying these things. It was always like, oh my God, you're beautiful, you're strong, your earrings, your hair, and it was always like, can't you just ask me like what my favorite book is? Like, can't you just ask me whether I like your son's podcast? Like, what if me and you have the same like interests or the same? We both love a show, but you're so focused on how I'm looking today or what I'm like. All you weren't outwardly. You
weren't about her as an individual, as you would be with another
woman.
Yeah, it was about her being a black woman, with that being the majority. All that you were seeing. You weren't seeing the individual. You weren't speaking to her individuality. You were speaking as black, but it's like everyone is different across all races. Like, there is not one person who can represent an entire race.
Yes.
And no one person is going to be like that representative of the entire race. Like, we're black girl. We're blurs. We are very different than like what you might see on TV for a black woman. Like, we're into anime. We're into superhero movies. We're into like
nerd stuff, you know?
Like, this is part of being black. But it's not the part of being black that you may have seen like on usual TV. So you can't just be like, oh, it's a
cutting it up. We're not Cardi B.
Right.
Putting
you have to speak to the individual.
Fingernails in your face. Like, not all of us are like that.
Yeah, I can appreciate you wanting, like you said, to do your research so that you're more aware and stuff and don't cause accidental offense. Appreciate the effort, but like, this is a woman that your son loves. Treat her like another woman that your son loves.
Exactly.
I mean, be cognizant of not being accidentally offensive.
Yeah.
But like,
and it was the wrong time. Like, where she was asking her all these questions, it was like, this is the engagement party. You don't need to be asking these kind of questions right now. Like, this is not the time for a discussion about what hairstyle I have. And then the way she was talking about it too, it was just like,
I've got to quiz myself. I need to pass this.
Yeah, it was like, oh, y'all have so many hair things. Like, is that a front lace? And I was just like, if this bitch don't stop. I really was mad at her because I was like, this is not about you. Like, this is not the time, and it's not about you.
Yeah.
Sit down.
Because, like, I found myself, like, it was interesting. I love the way they did that with this movie because I was like, I was sympathizing with Ezra's mother, but I'm like, no, Amira's right. Like, she doesn't feel like a person with her. And she feels like
some kind of
commodity.
Exactly, that's the word I was thinking. Some kind of commodity that's just like, I'm so, yeah, and I'm like, shouldn't be happening. Your guys are Jewish. You should understand some of this, but no, they don't. And the religion thing was very interesting too, the separateness. And I was like, I don't even know how y'all gonna do this, because most Jews and Muslims don't really get along. But I was just like, ooh, this is gonna be an issue too. And there were times where Jonah Hill's character Ezra kind of irritated me because I was like, he comes. Okay, so let's get into this. He was to me, it seemed like he was the white guy that's down and cool with blacks, and that is a trope or whatever you want to call it. We call it swag. You know what I mean? White swag. You know what I mean? There's some other words people use for white guys that are like down with black people or just got that swag about them. Have you ever heard the word wigger before?
I have.
Yep, that was all.
I feel it was more of like
Eminem
a 90s type of and 2000s type
no
of
one
thing.
uses wigger anymore,
right?
But that was one of them. But my thing was he comes off that way, so I just was like, but my problem, and this is a thing that me and my sister pointed out, where we were like, the girl should have seen this as a flag, because it's like, okay, you're down for black people and everything, but at the same time, you don't have one black male friend. His friend group, we saw it, and I was like, you don't have a black male friend. And the lesbian that she was talking to, that's one of his friends, but she's still a woman, you know what I mean? So it's like, the way he was acting with the dad, I was just like, why are you like letting him get you flustered? Like, just be normal and be easy. He was going back and forth and saying some things like, I'm like, why are you talking like this? Like, because when you talk to your girl, you don't have these problems. When you talk to on the podcast, you don't act like this. So it was really irritating to me, because I was just like, why are you acting like this in front of the dad? Because you're kind of proving his point. You're going back and forth. You're saying some stuff, and I'm like, why are you talking?
I feel like it was more of a parent issue. Like, he was going to be super, super awkward, because he's like, I want to marry your daughter. I'm trying to make it's like a try hard. I feel like Ezra's thing, was similar to his mother's thing. It's like, you're trying too hard, and by trying too hard, you're actually doing damage, because you're not treating the other person like an individual, like you would speak to any other individual. You're focusing on the black, but it's like, no one is just their race. Right. That's like, it's not even a prominent part. I mean, I'm black and I'm proud, but it's an aspect of me. It's not like a majority part of me. It's a thing of like genetics. My skin is black, brown, dark brown, medium brown. I don't know what I'm, but but that's like, that is very like, and culture is a big thing, but it's very, I don't know how many people are going to like really focus on that much. Like, if you're thinking about it, like, black and I'm proud and everything, but like, how many people are going to make that like the big thing of their identity? True. So by like trying to focus on that so hard, like, I'm cool with it. Like, it's counterproductive.
Are you talking about the father?
You said what now?
Are you talking about Ezra or the father?
Ezra, because he basically did kind of the same thing his mother did. Yeah,
that's why I was irritated, because I was like, now you're looking like your mom. Your mom's ridiculous. Your dad is useless. The father was so useless. And I was like, David Duchovny, you in here, and the only thing I liked was you singing Ordinary People, which was weird, but I just liked it. I don't know why I liked that song.
I actually liked it too.
But it was, and then I'm like, what is this obsession with Exhibit?
And
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Did he read some like excerpt from like his Wikipedia page or something during the engagement?
I'm not gonna lie to you. The white people that are like that, no offense to white people, but the white people that are like that irritate me so much, because they're like, they hold on to this one thing they like about this one black person, and they're like, I'm cool with all, but you really don't know nothing. You're not into it. You're not like actually accepting. You're just like, oh yeah, Exhibit's got braids. You've got braids. And that's it. You're just like, I was like, what the hell's wrong with you? And I was like, you don't know black people. You don't understand it.
I do want to comment. I really liked his sister. Like, she was not super prominent through the movie, but I just liked her. She was so cool.
And I must make a point. The sister and I have the same glasses. The green glasses. My sister was like, those are your green glasses. Those are your green glasses. I have the same glasses she wore the whole film, and I was very happy. Like, my glasses are on TV. And stuff. But yeah, the sister was at least the least problematic of his family.
I didn't really find her problematic. I didn't find her problematic at all.
That's why I said she was the least. But, she didn't really do anything. And I think the brother and sister weren't that strong, really, with the characters in the film. I would have liked them to have more of a role. So that was one of the things I was having issue with, was like the side characters weren't as strong to me. It just felt like it was about the couple, and then Eddie Murphy and Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
It's fine for, like, not everything has to be an ensemble piece.
No, I get it, but I was like, okay, these are supposed to be the family members. Can we use them a bit better? Like the son too. She had a little brother.
Yeah, he was very like minor. You saw him like really a couple times. And
he was like, if he wasn't in the film, I would be fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And as opposed to the sister, I'm like, okay, she was used a little bit better. But the brother, I was just like,
not by much, but yeah, a little bit better.
Not by much. But another thing I noticed that my sister and I felt like we didn't know if the two main leads actually had that much chemistry, really. I don't know if I felt that, like, something was off to me about them. Like, I know they're representing a couple, and they're supposed to be like this, the street loving couple with the shoes and the talking about culture and everything. And I'm like, okay, I get the vibe of them, but I was like, I don't know if it was in the portrayal of the actors. And I didn't say their acting was bad. It was just like, I wasn't getting that much chemistry between the two actors. That's just for me. I didn't think about them not having chemistry. I don't think they did not have chemistry, but I don't think they necessarily did, if that makes sense. Yeah. It so, just like, seemed like I wasn't, like... Yeah. It's not even about, like, why would you two get together? It's just like, I'm not really sure I'm sold on the love between y'all in the first place. So I wasn't sure what it was, if it was just the acting. There was some kind of disconnect where I'm just like, I wasn't buying it or something. I don't think it was necessarily acting. I don't feel like they necessarily portrayed them. They portrayed them more as in a relationship, but not necessarily the love part. Like, you saw them in the bathroom, brushing teeth and stuff, like... But, like, I see what you mean. Like, you didn't see... with the loveness that I'm like... It didn't seem that strong enough to me that they were... So, honestly, it's like I could see them breaking up. That's what I thought when I was watching it. I was like, y'all don't really look like convincing in the first place. I didn't think it for that reason. I as I was watching it, like, I was like, I don't think this is going to last. But it was because of the things with their families, like, and the cultural clash, which didn't have to be as bad if it weren't for the family things. Like, but I was like, I don't think, like, love is not going to be enough. Like, this, like... You both love your families. Someone who didn't have a strong connection to your family, yeah, I guess you'd be fine. But, like, someone who loves their family, you can't be with someone who's not going to have a good relationship because something's going to break theirs. Yeah. Something's going to break. Yeah. You have to, I believe that you should have, at least get along. Even if you're not best friends, like, respectful boundaries, I guess, because, there is an issue when you have parents or the parents don't like the person you've picked to love. You know what I mean? Sometimes that's the issue, but you absolutely love this person. Like, that person's right for you, not right for your family. And you want to make sure that they two can work. But there could just be some instances where, like, you know what, I don't really like this person. I don't get it. I don't get him, but he treats you well. He loves you well. I can deal with that. If you can come to that little compromise, then that's okay. But if it's where you really are like, don't come to the compromise where this is not a good person for you, then you can be like, okay, I should take what my family say. But when it's like, oh, the man is perfectly fine. There's no issues. He doesn't harm you. He's a good man for you. But somebody, your parents, or somebody doesn't just like him. That could be where if you can at least come to, like you said, a mutual respect, then you could work out some of these issues. Yeah. Where you're like, okay, we know you can't tolerate mom you can't be in the house for Christmas for that long. You know what I mean? Because something's going to happen. Yeah. So you just figure some stuff out. That's not going to work, I don't think. Like, I just don't think that can survive. Like, you can't even be in their presence for too long. That's not going to, I don't think that can really work well. Some people make it work, girl. I'm telling you. But, like, I think about the marvelous Mrs. Maisel, and when she broke up with her husband, he was like, I warned you about him. I warned you. She was like, when did you warn me? He was like, is this the one? She was like, how is that a warning? It's like, you want to take, I think it's good. I think about, like, arranged marriages, and I don't see them, like, I guess because, I'm American. Like, we're very individualistic, but, like,
it worked for a while. I mean, families put together the things, and so like if there are two families coming together.
You talk about non-American families where they do arranged marriages. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Because like a marriage should be two families coming together. Mm-hmm. It shouldn't be like it's about the couple. Yes, a new family that's like one, not still these two. Now you are one family, all of it together. If there's not that, you don't. You want there to be like when they come, there's like more. Yeah. You no longer have like if your son is getting married, you no longer have just a son. Now you have a new daughter as well.
Yeah. You don't want the separateness.
Yeah, you want like the was it Ruth? Do you want the Ruth thing where she was like after her husband died, she was like, "No, you are my mother. Like I will go with you because you are my family."
Yeah, and so that just goes to show like just to go back to the issues again where it's. I mean, one of the things I really liked was all the podcast scenes where you have him talking to this black woman on the show.
I also love seeing Sam J in there.
Oh, I didn't know her name.
I've seen her first stand up. I don't know if she's done it like on Netflix. She's got one called 3 a.m. And it's hilarious. I loved her Netflix comedy special. So check it out. Yeah.
I'll have to watch that. But I like the parts where they were talking about this. And she kind of hinted to these things about, like, issues between black people and white people and how it's, like, very real. Like, I like that this just goes to show in the resolution of the film that I actually did like where the mom even realized, she's like, you know what? Even Ezra realized, she's like, let's not pretend. I want to act like, oh, yeah, I can override all this and be above this and be woke, you know. But let's be real. Black and white people in this country live in, like, two different worlds, you know. And so it's, like, ignoring it or, like, pacifying it or, like, making it lesser, diminishing it or something or not paying attention to that is counterproductive, you know what I mean? It's not good to just be like, oh, yeah, it's okay. No. We have to recognize these things and work together on where these issues are. Because even the couple fought. Because they're like, hey, your mom is doing this or your dad is doing this. Like, it was very real issues. And I like that they address these things because it's like, yeah, you want to be like, oh, yeah, there's mixed people everywhere. But no, culture and families and all this kind of stuff, as you said, Whitney, matters. It does. Really does. And it affects people. And as much as we love to be like, oh, yeah, we're all American.
All you need is love.
No, you need more than love. And when it comes
more
to culture and stuff, you have to work some things out, which is why I don't blame people for wanting to stick and marry people that are in their culture. Because it's like you can avoid all this. Y'all got a mutual culture. Not saying that people won't like people, but you can avoid the cultural problem.
But it's one more hurdle to have. It's a hurdle to have to overcome. So if you're with someone with your own culture, and it really is a culture thing. It's not necessarily just a black or white thing. It's really about culture. Because, like, if Ezra's character was someone who wasn't, like, immersed in black culture, that would have been, like, an additional hurdle. Because at least he was, like, he was about the culture. He was, like, interested in and immersed in the culture and, like, enjoyed cultural things in black culture, but it becomes difficult to have conversations about things that you like, experiences that are unique to your culture.
Yeah, is it tokenism? Is it what's that other word? Fetishism. You don't know. And so I'm trying to think of the person who I know that is in an interracial relationship, and he said he didn't like the show, and he couldn't. Well, one, I would have liked him to go through the whole film, because then he would have seen where it ended up. Because his main thing was like, he's like, this just perpetuates the divisions we have, and he's not about that because, of course, it's a hurdle he has to go through. But at the same time, like, watch the whole thing.
Pretending like they aren't there doesn't mean that they don't exist anymore.
And pretending that people don't have real struggles with it. Because if you're talking about, oh, let's just go above, rise above it, like, no, be different. Like, no, some people still struggle with other people.
As Ezra's mom saying.
Right?
Like,
some people still struggle. There are black people that exist today that are just like Amira's dad, and there are white people that exist, plenty of them that exist today that are like Ezra's mom, and so it's like let's not be fake. These people exist. They're your neighbor, they're your auntie, they're the Karen that lives up the street, your grocer, whoever, And if unfortunately you end up marrying Karen's mom, wow, Karen's son, you're gonna have to deal with Karen.
Yeah, pretending like they don't exist doesn't mean they'll cease to exist.
Exactly. So I like that they tried to highlight that in this time, because it's like, we're always like, especially with Black history, we're like, let's move forward, but let's not pretend that interracial relationships don't have its ups and downs and issues.
You have to work through it, not just ignore it. It's something that there needs to be a conversation about. There needs to be a dialogue. Yeah. That's what I'm looking for. A dialogue.
So I think that's interesting that they kind of brought this up. So there were, at first you just like all the little hits and points are funny, but it's like it's a big deeper issue.
It became
America
for me,
still hasn't dealt with.
It became uncomfortable as the movie went on, because I'm like, this is not gonna work.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it was after that was my main problem, because it was like, at first you're like, okay, but I was like,
so
expecting
cute.
to get
They're
better.
so cute. They're cute together. But then when the families, once you bring in the families, it's like, and you see more and more situations, and it starts to build up. You're like, I don't think this is gonna work.
I was like, this is a lot. It was too much. And that's what I'm saying. I was like, the parents were just doing too much. And I was like, I'm over this. Like, I wanted it to end. And I was like, maybe y'all should end. But I didn't want the couple to end. But I was like, maybe y'all should. Because
this
is a lot of both sides yielding.
This is a lot of emotional trauma to have to deal with every time you interact with them. Exactly. And that's not, you shouldn't have to do that. Steel yourself to have to interact with that person every time. That's not good for you.
It's not. Before we go, I wanted to ask you about this thing. So this is my main big qualm with the film. I love the resolution that the parents, the most troublesome parents, came together and were like, okay, we need to apologize to our children and tell them that we support them. In the beginning, Ezra had already expressed that he had such problems finding women that he actually connected, and then she had the same problem with finding a man that saw her, and I love that they both said those things. I
want to come back to what you said about Amira, like a man who sees her, and at the very beginning of the movie, when you first see Amira and she's talking to like an ex, and he's like, I see you all day, every day. I'm looking at you right now. And it's like, dude, you are not hearing her. Like, seen, not like looking, setting your eyes on, like, you are not getting it, sir.
It's so important for women especially to not just have that, I'm looking at you, I'm seeing, I accept it because of your body or whatever. It's so important for men to express that they see the person and not just the body, not just sexual things, or not just whatever, even not just the race. You see the individual that's inside the earth suit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and it's good for both sides, honestly. And he also felt connection with her. Somebody that he could talk to, that he can laugh with, that he wants to be around. Not like somebody you're on the date and you're just like, when is this date going to be over? Like with the other chicks. Like, yeah, they had the same culture, but there was no connection between the two of them. So those things were important. And I like that they had expressed, that they showed those things in the beginning. Like, these were the things that these two were lacking and needing, and then they made them up for each other. Now, going with that, I did not like the wedding scene. I did not. I don't know why, but I do know why. I just felt like I didn't want it to be like that. I was like,
it was a little quick.
Thank you. That's what it is. Maybe because
it's like, y'all have been broken up for 3 months. Your parents are just gonna put it together,
a wedding?
Throw it together.
That's not cool.
Yeah, maybe we need to have some therapy before we decide to go ahead and
so I would have liked. Now, granted, I guess
you could do some therapy afterwards, but it's like, this has been like a. I mean, now granted, since your dad and your mom actually talked, they've apparently worked through some stuff, but like. It was just, it was too sudden for them to have been broken up for 3 whole months.
Yeah.
And then one day you just like.
I was like, let's be real. No black
let's have this shotgun wedding.
No black woman want to have her just going around town dressed as her wedding. Like, I was like, what the heck is this? I was like, nobody's dressed nicely. Everyone's just like thrown together in like street clothes. I was like, nah, this ain't no what. Y'all should have done like maybe a party, but not let it be the wedding. I was like, come on.
Yeah, I could see it a redo of the like the engagement
party.
Well, not engagement party. What do you like, the rehearsal party or something?
Whatever it was,
but not the
like
wedding.
Just marry at that moment. Like, it just. I'm sorry. That's what really knocked it down the film for me. We talk about just in film story purposes, like just the vehicle of the story, and I'm just like, it just looks like the vehicle was going, and you just hit a termination, like right there.
I get what you mean, because like it's like,
I was like, what?
The movie felt like they were doing a good job of being realistic about these issues, but then it was like you had to suspend your disbelief for the wedding because it's like
okay, we need to resolve this. Yeah, like we're going here, we're talking about culture, we're getting this. This is the issue, and then then it's like, oh, we need to wrap this up. And that's how it felt, like super rushed. That's why I was like, I don't like this. And my sister was like, no, that's their vibe. Remember, they're street people. And I'm like, no,
if it had been on a different day, I would have been fine. If that's the wedding they wanted with like street clothes, cool. But not the same day that you get them back together after 3 months.
That's not
if
realistic.
It's like 2 months later for the wedding, cool. I would have been cool with it. But
even
it was
just a little blackout, like 2 months later, I would be like, okay, yeah, y'all got the wedding going. But just right there, and as they haven't talked or saw each other.
Right. And it looked like Ezra had gone on another date and whatnot. So, like, this is...
The resolution was just not good to me. And I was like,
It was too quick.
Yeah.
It would have been fine with something else in there to give them some time after this 3-month breakup. It's not like it was a week, 2 weeks. It was 3 months.
3 months is a lot. And they were about to get married. To go from about to get married to not talking to each other, seeing each other, there's some hurdles to overcome.
Yeah, and even though both parents apologized, you want to see some actions as well.
Yeah, with the parents.
To make sure that the apology is not going to be the extent of it, that their behaviors are actually going to change.
And I would have loved to see like another family dinner scene where you could see like, okay, y'all are working towards let's be just people and not our races or our religions.
We're just ordinary people.
Exactly. Let's be that. So I was not pleased with it. And I was like, no, this is not how
it was. And it was
rushed.
Like,
she was just like dancing and it just looked fake. And I was like, no. So and I was mad. I was like, y'all just took the film and just left with it. And I was like, nah, not a great ending. Kenya, I wasn't pleased. So
I mean,
that was my other thing.
It wasn't a bad ending, but it was too quick. The resolution could have done with
maybe the execution of it wasn't done well.
If like 5 or 10 more minutes to be like you said, like another dinner scene, some therapy scene, and then now we're moving forward with the wedding,
marriage counseling scene, some family counseling scene,
right?
Whatever.
Yes, and I would have been cool. I was like, this makes sense now. This isn't like a rush job.
Yeah, I would have liked to see some scenes where. I would have liked to see the scenes where you see the mom and her doing something together, learning each other, and it was like a natural progression of, oh, I can be cool with you. Like, I'm getting to know you. Or a scene where him and the dad went out to the ballpark and, actually played the ball game together or something. Just something like that to show that I'm yielding this stuff, and we're making
progress.
Thank
you. Making efforts.
That would have been a better way to end the film than even doing the wedding at all. So I would have loved to see that, because then the you people would have become we people, but it's still you people to me. I don't know. It was just that might have been too much, but
I agree with your assessment on that just being too quick, like that same day. Yeah, no.
Also, can we just mention the Holocaust ring? That was the
worst. My God! I was like, he actually went through with saying that. I'm like, dude, really?
The Holocaust was used way too much in this film, but the Holocaust ring, I was like, no, it's
my grandmother's Holocaust ring. I thought he was joking, but then when he actually said
that mess was so messed up.
Sorry, it's so small. It's my grandmother's Holocaust ring. Like, dude,
I was like, you really did that?
But I also love the plane when Eddie Murphy is talking to Ezra, and it's Mo, that's her name in the movie, Sam J's character Mo, and he's like, so sir, it's like, I'm a woman, I have titties. And then he went back and talked to his son. He's like, did you know that Mo has titties? He's like, yeah, they're on her chest.
Yep. I like the girl in the role, but I don't know why. Some part of me was like, I felt like his podcast partner should have been a man. I don't know why. Like, I have no problem with her. I have no problem with the lesbian thing. That's not it. For some reason, I would have been like, I just needed him to have a male black friend. And I didn't see that. So I was just like, how are you having all these discussions and you're not talking to any black men? I don't know why that was something that I brought up. My sister was like, yeah, you can get in the weeds there. But I'm like, but it's not about her sexuality or anything. For some reason to me, I'm like, Ezra should have been doing this with a guy in the film. I don't know why. That's what I thought. Or at least a guy and her. Like, I was like, she can't be his only black friend. It's weird to me. And I was like, there should have at least been like another black guy friend that he had. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just something. I just had it was a flag to me that I'm like, okay, you like this black woman. That's not a problem. But you have no other black friends besides her.
But I feel
the
like
podcast partner.
The reason I didn't have a problem with it is because it looked like his other friends didn't even live near him.
Yeah.
Like they were like almost like childhood friends. It seemed like Mo was his best friend and who he mainly hangs out with. So for that reason, I'm like, yeah, this makes sense.
I don't know why. I just thought
I got the feeling his other friends like that were part of his bachelor party weren't
like not his actual friends. Because I'm like,
yeah, I got the feeling that they were like
they didn't
childhood
like
friends,
him.
but not real friends.
Yeah, they didn't seem like it. I'm like, how are you with all these druggies and you're not even one of them? I mean, it
seemed like that. Yeah,
I was like, why are these?
So
your friends?
I definitely felt like
I just felt it was a lack.
Mo was his actual best friend and true friend.
That's what I was saying. I was like, these are not your real friends. Like that's why I was like, they should have fleshed his life out a little bit for us in the 2 hours. They could have done that, and I thought they should have, honestly, because it would have helped me better with him. And I don't think Jonah Hill acted badly. I just, like I said, there was a disconnect and something didn't feel right or believable to me in this story, in this portrayal. So that's my critique. That's my opinion. So are you ready for a review?
Yep.
All right. So, all right. So I am giving this film. I'm going back and forth. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna give it. No. I'm gonna give it 5 glasses and a monocle.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Yep. I'm giving it 7 glasses and a monocle.
Okay.
So that should make it 6 glasses and a monocle as the average score, you guys.
Yes. All right. So we have the review and we have the ratings. You got Triple F Queen giving it 5.5. You got Whitney, no tagline, giving it a 7.5. And we got a whole total score of 6.
0.5.
0.5? 6.5 or 6?
6.5? Because you gave it 5.5, F gave it 7.5. Let me check the math real quick.
Don't ask the chick to do math. But anyway, so that is our review. It's a film to watch. You know, watch it one time, see what you like. 5. To me, I call it a one-time watch. It's a great discussion topic, though.
It is.
That's one thing. It brought off a lot of discussion points. So that, to me, that there lies the value of the film because it gets you talking about these issues. Because it's important. It's real. And I liked that was my main plus of this film. And we're realistic about the race and culture issues,
right? And you could apply it across any 2 different cultures because it's not just a black versus white or Muslim versus Jewish. Like any 2 different peoples with different cultural backgrounds coming together, this movie could be applied to them because these are issues that would occur or could occur for any. Yeah,
Namaste Wahala, which is a Nollywood movie, Nigerian movie, and it's about a Nigerian woman marrying an Indian man. He comes to Nigeria, he falls in love, and the parents, the mom is not happy. This is a very big culture clash. So that's a good one to watch if you guys want to see a different culture experiencing these same issues. Because it was really about that. That's what they call Namaste Wahala. Namaste for the Indian, Wahala means trouble in Yoruba. And so it was just like, it's just another example of this kind of film. I would say it's even better than You People, but I would give it a point up more than You People for me.
What's it on?
On Netflix.
Okay.
I would give it a point up. But that's an example for you guys. And so after that, we just going to blur it out, y'all.
Yeah.
Just don't forget to check the show notes for all the things we're going to share and hit up our, social medias. And you're going to hear all that at the end of the episode. And have a blurdy week, y'all.
Yeah.
Black love. Love each other on Valentine's Day, y'all. Love on each other, okay? Amen. Bye. Thanks for listening to our podcast. Please subscribe to our show on whatever podcast listening app you use and share the show with other Blerds and non-Blerds family and friends. And if you like this episode, please subscribe to our email newsletter at blerdtalkbw.ck.page and also rate and review our show on Apple Podcasts.
Intro and outro music is Twilight by Caption. You can find them on SoundCloud, username Caption spelled CAPSHUN. Show notes by Bola, Hanson, audio engineering by Whitney Booker.
And don't forget to get social, you guys. You can email us at blerdtalkbw@gmail.com and our social media handles on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok is at BlerdTalkBW. And our YouTube channel is youtube.com/@BlerdTalkBW. And we've got our individual things going on too. You can find the Triple F Queen on Instagram at Triple F Queen B as in boy. And my YouTube channel is youtube.com/@Triple F Queen B.
And you can find me, Whitney, at Luminabi Studios, my company. And the email address is wit@luminabi.com, spelled WHIT@LUMENABI.com. And you can also find me on Twitter at Luminabi Studios.